Jonathan Majors is up against it, and he's already losing money. We know this because here we go again. More alleged victims of this superstar of the moment that's declining have come forward. They're helping the district attorney in New York in the current case that's ongoing against the actor. It appears things are going from bad to worse for Jonathan Majors. Domestic abuse case due in court May 8th. And apparently the DA will be armed with even more when the actor gets in front of a judge. Sources familiar with the matter tell Variety multiple alleged abuse victims of Majors have come forward following his March arrest and are cooperating with the Manhattan District Attorney's Office. The prospect of more women waiting in the wings would mark a dramatic turn in the case and comes on the heels of Majors' publicist and management firm cutting ties with the embattled actor earlier this week. The DA declined to comment. A rep for Majors did not comment on the record. Previously, the industry was jolted by news that Majors' publicists, the lead company, Management 360, had dropped their star client well before his first court appearance. Just getting worse for Jonathan Majors. As of now, William Morris Endeavor, WME, still representing Majors for now. 2018, the agency created a so-called client advisory committee, which makes a recommendation on whether or not to drop a client accused of impropriety. The committee of some 20 staffers split evenly along gender lines and from a cross-section of divisions evaluates a client's viability amid accusations and consider such factors as if the client has been charged criminally or is facing a civil lawsuit. WME has previously dropped such clients as Brett Ratner, Bryan Singer, and Armie Hammer. The committee has not yet met regarding Majors based on the limited information that is available. That reporting from Variety. Despite being dropped by multiple projects, Majors has upcoming projects scheduled for release, we should tell you. Mega budget tentpole Avengers, it's a huge project. The Kang Dynasty. That's scheduled to begin production in the spring of next year. Disney is already deep in business with Majors, given that its specialty label, Searchlight, acquired the actor's critically lauded drama magazine Dreams, in which he plays a troubled bodybuilder at the Sundance Film Festival, and was prepared to mount a robust Best Actor Awards campaign later this year when it releases the film, December 8th. Majors already shot the second season of the Disney Plus series, Loki. It's expected to launch on the streaming platform in mid-2023. Disney spokesperson declining comment here. William Morris Endeavor, Francesca, if we could start there because it piqued my interest.
Yeah.
They had this committee, right? Even they said, split among gender lines and from all divisions, viability, blah, blah. I didn't hear anything about some other kind of diversity. And I'm not making a case one way or another for Jonathan Majors. I smell something around him. And that's what I smell as a woman and somebody who's been around for a good number of years at this point. But I want to focus on the process here, if we can, just for a moment.
Yeah. I mean, look, I think it's actually interesting that there is a board that convenes to discuss these matters. I often feel like what happens too frequently when there are allegations is, or someone just says something online, right, is that corporations usually do the easiest thing, which is to drop somebody immediately, and there's no sort of consultation, there's no actual, they don't allow charges to be continued and sort of, the trial to bear out, right? So, not to underscore, I think, some of the toxic men's rights activist lines in the Me Too movement, but it is important to a certain level to see if the allegations are bearing out, right? Due process, as they would say. So I actually think it's good that there is a board that meets and discusses, and they clearly, in my opinion, made the right call on people like Bryan Singer and Armie Hammer. Trust when y'all know they don't want to let go of a meal ticket like Jonathan Majors. They don't want to let go of somebody who's got Disney contracts and Marvel No, are you kidding me? They want nothing more than this to go away. And in fact, if they knew about it before and it just, wasn't coming out, they're not going to say anything. Of course they're not going to say anything, right? I mean, and this is like Disney, for example, dropped Gina Carano over sharing anti-Semitic memes. Well, guess what? Gina Carano had been sending and sharing anti-Semitic memes for so many months. She got warned time and again. Sharing anti-Semitic memes, not the same thing as sexual assault. All I'm saying is, they have processes. They don't want to let these stars go. I am curious because when it was first broke, we didn't know if there was only one victim. It seems like now there might be more. And again, I do think that it is really hard to come forward as a victim of sexual assault. So the fact that we are now in a moment, in a time when victims do feel like they can say something is really, really, really crucial. But again, we shall see how the charges continue and play out.
Yeah, and I have two things that are coming to mind. Maybe they're appropriate, maybe they're not. But I already suspect that the New Yorker's working on or Rolling Stone, a piece that's going to have a lot of Jane Does in this case in it. We're going to reveal some things and perhaps more details because we have other starlets who have already tweeted out some things that we've reported on cryptically or not so much in the wake of his New York City arrest. So I think that's perhaps coming. I also think that William Morris Endeavor, who again has not yet made a decision one way or the other, they're still going to get a commission check here. Whatever payments come through, they will get their, what is the limit? 10%?
Yeah,
Might
they'll
be
get
15. Might, So I think that's a definite. What do you think about the representation criminally that he's received? Because we've already seen that woman who is defending Jonathan Majors and will perhaps accompany him to court, we believe May 8th, releasing things like text messages from the purported victim. In this case, my fault, I shouldn't have grabbed your phone and the likes. It seems to me that I don't know that there's a way for him to play it, if you will, but I don't like the way he's playing it, if you will.
Sure. I mean, yeah, it's a disgusting business, right? Being in the PR industry of defending someone who's been accused of sexual assault, and they play dirty and they'll continue to do so. And look, whether he's innocent or not. So we shall see. I do think it's interesting that his management dropped him, rather not his. So WME didn't drop him yet, but anyway,
the management did, not but the agents. Yeah.
Which means they know. Do you know what I'm saying? Management doesn't want to let go of him either, but they also might work more intimately with him. So they're like, too much, I don't need this. And they probably think that it's viable and credible.
Yeah. And some of the reporting, and I hate it when it's just unidentified sources and people don't want to put their name on it, but I get it, said that the decision was made because of a history of personal conduct. So that means that they don't need to look under the hood. It's in their domain and they're aware of these things. And they perhaps even tried to help cover it up over the years. And it's just, at this point, it's just too much, to use your words.